Okay, welcome back, Gremlins, to the third podcast. I'm Yash
Ritik.
My name is Ankith.
I'm Zenou.
And I'm Hrishi.
Why'd you say your name?
I don't know.
What's up with American?
Bro, that's really
Zenou.
Okay, I'm Z. Okay, PII. I'm Z.
Alright, chill out.
Zenou.
Alright, this is our first in-person podcast episode. Usually we do it online, but
Yeah.
I mean, most of us are here. He's in town, so we were like, let's do an in-person podcast episode.
Yeah.
Super excited.
We have some talking points that we were gonna talk
I
about.
thought of something cool, by the way. How did we all say our names in elementary school? Like Zenou.
Oh,
Yeah, because everyone had a different name.
Yeah.
But what were the talking points you had?
You still call me by the name you said in
Yeah, I do.
You didn't even say Yash, bro. You said
No, his
Yash.
actual name is Yash, but I mean I call him Yash.
Yeah, because you're.
But
What's the difference?
what do you mean?
Whoa, Yash
no,
wasn't
wait,
Josh. It's like Zenou versus
Zenou.
Yeah.
Zenou is the way you pronounce my
I
name.
feel like no one in
Yeah,
high school called you
It's just that,
Zenou.
no. My name is
That's
Zenou. In English, it's Zenou.
What?
Because of the
Zenou.
accent on the E. I'm French. So I have an accent on my E. And so it's pronounced Zenou. But I came to the US, they don't know how to pronounce it. So they just said Zenou. They got the ooh part
I
right.
think Zenou would be actually easier to pronounce.
Zenou,
than
I
Zenou.
agree.
Bro, I had to correct them. After the 100th time I corrected someone, I just gave up. And I was like, this is...
I mean, I can relate to that.
I think that's everybody's experience though.
Honestly, you gotta realize that even in India, my name's a bit different.
Really?
It's difficult because it starts with an H, right?
Rishi.
The name,
okay, come on.
the name Hrishi typically is supposed to start with an R. But whenever someone sees like the H,
Ritik, Russian, bro. Come on.
Horrific.
You know, my
Yeah.
dad still calls you Ritvik, bro.
No, he does not.
He does.
There you go.
Because the South Indian, like, nobody's called Ritik. It's like,
Yeah, it's all
Ritvik.
I can see that.
So they call him, he calls you Ritvik.
Wait, literally,
Yeah,
no
so,
one. You're. Come on, bro. It's like what, like second or third grade?
yeah, no, he's just like Ritvik instead of Ritik. But
Okay.
That's crazy.
it's South
Yeah,
Indian.
that's
But I don't know, for me, I went by like Ankith instead of Ankith. Because no one, because of you, like
Right.
Ankith. There's
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
Ankith or
that's-
there's Ankith.
Fair.
Ankith.
No, with
It's
me,
always an A.
yeah, no, with me, people have mistaken my name, and I've been called Harish. I've been called Hirish.
Okay.
It's like a random ass
Wait, in
shit.
America, what do they say?
Oh gosh, in
They say
America,
Rishi.
people get.
Rishi.
No, I
I
feel
think a
like
lot of people
it's
Rishi.
her-
Rishi's like
No, it's still
Yours is fairly
difficult,
easy.
but it's typically Harishi because the H throws them off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I feel like yours is a really easy fix though. Like to
If you just say
you
there's
try to
no
correct
H,
them. Yeah.
sort of.
To
Yeah.
correct
It's
it's
very
very
H
Do
is
you
silent.
guys have like a Starbucks name though?
AK.
I used to say Jim.
Jim.
Jim?
I usually say my name and then I have
Well, you
like,
just
right.
J-I-M?
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy.
I'll just be like Ritik and I'll just be like R-I-T-I-K.
Okay.
No, I
fair.
just do my initials. Cause
Okay.
Yeah,
I just go by
Yeah.
Richie, like Richie Rich,
Oh.
because Richie was also sort of like my nickname back home in India. So it's like Richie. So it's like
Wait, wasn't there a book when like we were kids and there was a character called Richie Rich?
That's a TV show.
it's a
Oh,
TV
it's a
show.
TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my nickname was based on
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
So.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds familiar. Yeah.
What did Ritik go? You went by like.
Uncle wants to
Yeah.
say.
Okay, his name's Ritik, but we used to call him Riddick. Well, I mean.
You used to call him
I
Reddick.
called him Ritik.
No,
you definitely did.
I did that.
Absolutely
I did
definitely
for
did,
fun.
bro.
I did it for fun. But I never called you like.
Wait, did you tell if did people
Maybe I called Yash on purpose. Yeah, I mean like that's just how I called him. Like.
I
You
don't think it's
still
on
call me
purpose.
Yash.
Yeah. I mean, but like I don't call him Riddick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
him I call him.
so with when people call you Ankith, like when you correct them, it's Ankith. Do they get it?
I say Ankith, but I don't blame it on them because it's just how they use.
'Cause
it.
I'll
It
tell
makes sense,
them-
like Ankith,
Yeah.
like umbrella,
But no, alright. That's
underwear.
not necessarily because like any like
Underwear.
there's so many words.
That's the first thing.
First thing you
But there's so many
Underwear.
words in the English language itself that like it just don't sound like the way it should. If your thing is if your thing is a H, right, for Rishi?
Okay.
The word no with a K. No, come on now.
Okay.
The word no with a K, like
Yeah, Kano.
there's so many
Well,
words
like,
that are
everybody
like
knows the word.
I know, but
Ankith.
when they see an Indian person
okay.
with a name that starts with an H, they automatically think it's got some random phonetic to it.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not-
Okay, yeah,
Like culture.
No, okay,
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
it's a culture.
It's not. Alright, it's not even Indian though. It's
Huh?
literally any like cultured person. Like as a
No, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like a culture.
Zenou, yeah, for Zenou.
Like
Yeah,
Zenou.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's because
Bro, the
Okay,
first 2 years, I knew you 3. you would say.
I've never called you Zenou.
I call you Ankith. Because
Yeah, he called me.
you told me your name was Ankith.
because I just didn't.
I called you Ritik because you literally told me your name was Ritik.
Yeah.
And I called you Yash because you literally said your name was Yash.
Yeah.
And
No,
I didn't-
everyone would call
no,
us that.
But I didn't want to be like how you actually pronounce it.
pronounce it.
Because that's low key racist, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Like you see that.
No,
Honestly,
That's like
honestly, I respect that when people
I
do
respect that. I respect
Yeah,
that.
because
I
like,
respect
they're
that.
actually trying to learn.
That's not how I come
Yeah,
across.
yeah.
So like, how do you pronounce it?
No, for most people, it's
That's
convenient.
It's like
not-
calling someone
Yeah,
tropical.
yeah.
It's convenient.
No, it's kind of true,
Yeah.
but it's convenient because you don't have to say Ankith and then they mess it up.
No,
Everyone you
no,
correct.
because then one person or a group, a subset of people know you as someone, right? And then entirety of everybody else will know you as someone different.
Dude,
right?
I can't tell you.
So
all
when
the
you're with
time.
two
Yeah.
different groups of people and one person saying like one name and then another person saying a different name,
You catch on. You catch
Yeah.
on. Yeah, yeah. And so when I'd come over to your place,
Dude,
the parents would call you by a name, I'd be like,
dude.
hey, your name ain't Ankith, bro. That's not your name,
Dude,
bro.
I'll like bring like my wife friends over for my birthday party, and my mom would be like, "Oh, Ankith," and then
Dude, what?
Who's your name wrong, bro?
Your mom got your name wrong, dude.
And then I'm like, yeah.
Sorry to break
Sorry, sorry to break it.
treat me like that.
Tell your mother, Mom, that's not my name.
yeah, imagine being like that.
That's not my name. My name's Ankith, bro.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I have a nickname for like every one of you though, based off of your names though.
What do you mean?
With Ankith, I typically call him Anki or something along those lines.
Or call me Uncle.
I was gonna say,
Uncle.
I've heard Uncle, yeah.
Yeah, you're Rizzo.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
I give, and you're Yashi.
Yeah,
Well, that's just.
That's
Yeah, that's a
family
bit.
thing
It's a
though.
Cube.
Yeah.
Cube.
Yeah.
And you're Z.
Zine is the penis.
What?
Or
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
Dash. The Vizilla.
You're part of this
Vizilla.
podcast. You're part of this podcast.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, now moving on. We wanted to talk about. We were talking about like different countries and stuff, and like different like areas we're from, like India, like French, like African. You know, the different.
African.
A water break, bro. What the fuck is going on? What's this
By the way, guess who the African?
No, wait, I just wanted to.
No.
I just wanted to.
No. So I wanted to talk. We wanted to talk.
This is borderline racist, guys.
That's just me.
We wanted to. So
By the way,
Let's
guys.
go.
we wanted to like have some talking points on like our like how different it is being in America versus being in like your home country,
Right.
and like the differences that there are like culturally, like
Yeah.
anything
Socially,
food-wise,
too.
socially,
Yeah.
and so like
Yeah.
Rishi.
So, okay,
Sorry.
we're from different countries, but like most of us have.
We were raised in America,
So-
it's, like, it's a bit different for us.
I mean,
he moved.
I
here-
think, yeah, I moved here like 6 years ago, and most of my mature years were in the US.
I met you when you were 21.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here
I
now.
remember that.
Yeah, there you go.
so I'm not mature.
Do you think you're mature?
But I think when I met you, I'd say you were fairly similar though.
Yeah, I think
In
I
terms
was.
of your, yeah.
You were 21. Like when was it?
Like
first
21. Yeah, I was
Wow.
21 when I
Yeah.
moved in.
I think you're not mature, but like that because you're alone in the U.S., you have to be more mature.
I think so. And I think
Yeah.
in general, I feel like I'm also more adaptable than a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
So I could just, fly into a different country and I didn't necessarily
Yeah.
be homesick.
Right,
or,
right, yeah. I
I
think
could-
that's a big issue.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people who wouldn't do that. Like,
Yeah, that's a big
If you ask
change,
people
yeah.
here, do you want to move to a like? Would you be willing?
Right.
To move to a
It's difficult. It's
I mean,
difficult
I
in
was-
general. It's not always sunshine and rainbows.
I think
Yeah.
most people would say yes, but then they wouldn't understand like the struggle after.
Yeah. It's not just
How
you know,
much you have to adapt.
Correct. When you move into a new country, it's not just, oh wow, you know what? We'll just go to the Grand Canyons or go to New York
It's not all
City.
sunshine.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you realize that you're the one that needs to freaking go grocery shopping and then clean your shit up and
yeah, you guys
all
have-
the other things,
Yeah.
it's like that's when you realize that okay, well here we are leading a life all by
I was
ourselves.
literally during my internship, one of like the project people in my group, they're from India, like Haryana,
Right.
and she was literally saying the same thing. She's like, I'm in New York, but like when I'm at home, like I have someone cleaning the floor, cleaning my clothes,
That's
making
cool.
food. Like not even their like family. It was
Right.
like someone doing all
Yeah.
those things. So it's like
You take
different
a whole
chances.
lot of things for granted for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the food on the table. When you realize that cooking and cleaning is a 2-hour chore, that's when it gets annoying.
No, the thing is, I think that's also part of adulting. I don't
Yeah,
think that's
true.
necessarily
Yeah.
like a difference.
Fair.
I think that's just a normal part of growing up. I think the difference lies in like having to like adapt to language,
Right.
the culture of the country,
Yeah.
social adaptations, like
I mean, like making friends.
Make-
Making
Yeah,
friends,
like, exactly.
it's super difficult.
a
as
lot
well.
of things like that.
Which is why you see that many people that fly from like a different country and stuff, they're typically Very true.
Yeah.
Because it's super difficult to branch out.
I feel
Things
like when
like
I
that
see
in
like
general.
people on like campus,
Right.
Yeah.
like the master students, they're like with usually other
Yeah.
people. But
Yeah.
I feel like you always made an effort to like branch out to other people.
Right.
I mean, this is not a good like
Yeah.
representation, but
Yeah.
No, but in general, that was my thing as well. Well, there you go. My representation right there. No, but in general, I always wanted to make sure that I spoke to new people, spoke to different people. My innate personality is to learn about different cultures as well. That makes me happy in general. I love to travel. I love to learn about different cultures.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't want to be in my own shell, if that makes sense. So, which is why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go speak to people. It's okay. It may be awkward at first, but well, what's the worst that can happen? They'll say no, or they'll say, you know what? Fuck off.
Well, I mean,
That's what I do.
you want to do the 30 states in like 3 years.
That's my personal goal. When I flew to
Yeah.
the US like 6 years ago, I wanted to hit 30 states before I turned 30. I'm down. I think I have about 8 states left.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
nice.
yeah,
That's
in 6 years I've done 22 states so
Wow.
far.
Damn, dude.
So
What's the coolest and the like least cool like?
Best state and worst state, yeah.
No, that's a good question. So if you're simply looking at a point of, I guess, nature and things like those, I want to say Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh,
when I went to
I really
the
wanna-
Grand Canyons, that shit was eye-opening. It was so beautiful.
Wait, didn't you say you took a donkey ride down the
A horse ride, but
Horse ride.
yeah, I did.
Donkey ride.
No, no.
You
because-
guys ride a
No,
donkey.
but the thing is, I also had this conversation, like the same conversation with someone like actually on like a flight.
Right.
The person's like sitting next to me. We were talking about the travel destinations stuff in Grand Canyon, and that actually came up as a topic. Like you can take like a ride down like the side of the
Right.
canyon, and then at the bottom there's like a lodge or something, or like there's like stuff like that. So I was like, you got to experience that too. So.
Fair. But yeah, no, Grand Canyons. That from when it comes to
Did you go
like
to
a
like
nature.
Sedona in that area?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I was in
that
Sedona,
beautiful.
PH. I think we did like a bit of a road trip within
Yeah.
Arizona and general.
Is that where
They
they
were
shot
good beat.
Cars? I mean, Cars is an animated movie.
Were they-
Yeah, so
The first one.
I don't know.
what that means.
They shot cars, bro.
Yeah, we thought that was, but no.
So yeah, no, in general.
Yeah, but like, why would they shoot cars?
I meant
Probably.
Okay, probably
somewhere.
Maybe.
That's what I thought.
Maybe. No, I don't think it was
Radiator
Arizona.
Springs.
Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
If I'm not wrong, I think that's Idaho.
No,
Or-
it's not. Bro. Idaho's
Are
like
you gonna look it up?
cornfields.
I actually just
There's
found
no
out.
way.
Here's your mature person right here, folks. Idaho.
I've
Anyway.
seen the last episode.
That doesn't make me immature.
Okay.
Okay.
But no, also I love New York City in general.
Okay.
I've been there so many different times.
Yeah.
That stuff it's just beautiful. It's like everywhere you go, people are walking somewhere. It's like purpose filled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They've
that's
all
what-
got like an objective in mind.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not just walking in circles like you are in some states in South Carolina
Yeah.
in your community.
Yeah.
But it's
Dude,
like
I literally just saw like on the way here saw someone like bike across the middle of like a 4 or 5 lane road.
right.
Yeah.
Bro, like literally bike across like on
What does that
a
have to do
like
with
a full grown adult on like a big
Right.
like
It's so weird when
yeah,
you look
so
at it over
You
here.
ever
right?
seen that in New York too?
You-
though? There's some crazy
Okay, okay,
people.
okay. Yeah, you would see that in New York.
I'm not sure what the point was.
True.
No, I
I'll say like mostly objective filled versus like
they're just kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
No, that's why I love New York because like I want to like move there.
Right.
It's like a job. And I went to the West Coast and I feel like the people on the West Coast are just kind of like they have like 10 different ventures all
Right.
the time. They're kind of just like their days are so different. Like one day is this, one day, and they don't have like a schedule. But people in
Right.
New York are like they're kind of like type A, if you know what I mean. Like they
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
a routine.
Yeah, they're also fucking annoyed all the time.
Yeah, they're kind of.
And I sort of respect that as well.
For some
They're in a
reason,
rush. They're like, get out of my way,
They
bro.
have like their like this is what I
Right.
they're
Yeah.
just angry. It's like the closest thing to Europe you'll find in the United States.
Fair.
Yeah, they are.
Just
yeah.
hella angry people moving fast for no reason.
It's also like crazy
Of course
amount of
for
people we
reason,
see there though in New York. Like there's little like pockets of like every
Yeah.
Yeah.
culture
You know why?
there.
But even
It's
the boroughs.
because everything's expensive in New York. That's why people are mad, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's just also the
Everything
tourists.
is
I mean,
pricey.
New York,
Yeah.
Manhattan is just
Yeah.
tourism.
It's not.
Tourists get bullied, man, in New York now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
They get bullied.
that's probably why they're mad.
Have you been to any like rural states like that are just
You know,
like
the country.
Nebraska?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to Nebraska, no. I mean, I
I
don't
don't want to go to like South Dakota.
It's,
You only have 8 states left. Like you've got to.
No, I mean, just Tennessee, count?
Tennessee, I guess.
Tennessee is
Sort
not
of.
rural.
I mean, I'm not Nashville.
Look at
Nashville's
South
beautiful.
Where
You have been in Knoxville with
Yeah.
you, I think,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, that place is beautiful. Like, even if it's a
Yeah.
bit on the rural side of things, it's beautiful.
It's like a small.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
It sounds like Kentucky.
What was your like least favorite state?
Ooh, that's a difficult
I don't
question.
even know mine.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, there's
My
a lot of
least
states I've
favorite
driven
state-
through, like
Yeah. You
Missouri.
can't really count
but I don't count
Yeah.
Missouri.
So with me, I don't count any states that I've driven to.
Okay, that's fair.
So
Yeah,
with
you
me,
don't spend
to
time
me, a state that I've been in at least 24 to 48 hours, and I've done at least 3 different things.
Yeah, that's
That is my
Ever been to?
that's my count
Been to
essentially.
Indiana before?
I have been to Indiana
It's like one of
actually.
the worst states of the
Yeah.
union.
That's what
I actually
Yeah.
say that.
I feel like
I
every
actually
state has
say
it
that.
in England for, but what's in India?
It sucks.
There's nothing in
It's
Indiana.
nothing. It's Indianapolis,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's just flat
Right.
for miles.
Purdue and
It's-
Indy 500.
Hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
right.
Heck, I went to a zoo in Indiana because I thought that'd be cool, but because there's literally nothing else, and I think there's like, I don't know, 15 or 20 animals there.
Not a zoo, that's a park.
Actually, speaking of zoos, I actually just found out like this year that North Carolina has the world's largest natural habitat.
Yeah.
I was the one that told you that, I think. And
No, it wasn't.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that place is beautiful.
It's
I
actually
think
nice.
it's in Ashboro,
Ashboro.
if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
not
8
even
miles
far. It's
away.
like it's an hour away.
It's really good.
No, I think North Carolina's like a beautiful state. Like I don't know.
It's got
There's a lot going on for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You have jobs. You have the beach.
Yeah.
You have 3 public colleges.
Bro,
for,
top
like,
15.
kids.
Top 15.
Yeah.
Easily
Yeah.
top 15.
I don't-
I'd say it scratches into the top 10, and I'm not sure it's top.
And if I'm not wrong, the likes of Raleigh and Charlotte are like the most growing
Yeah,
states
Raleigh's
as well.
growing.
I'm talking about
It's like,
okay,
okay,
In terms of I think profession,
I feel like socially, like,
What do you
I know.
what do you do?
NC and SC
yeah,
are like
okay,
growing
so-
states, and
yeah.
Raleigh and Charlotte is supposed to be one of
Who
the
invited
bigger,
SC?
like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. for
higher
sure.
growth
we
cities.
invited SC, bro.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
What are we
No, but I think Charleston is one random location where people are trying to move into.
Charleston's
From the
cool.
likes of say
South
New York and
Carolina.
California.
Yeah.
South Carolina is Georgia just trying to look like North Carolina.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think that's what South Carolina is, bro. It's just
a lot of states are like are very similar in like certain aspects.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you'll just like know you're in America.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like no, the thing is, I feel like America
Yeah,
is
go on a road.
standardized too. Like, you know, you have a standardized highway system when you get off the
Yeah.
exit. You
Yeah.
know what you can
Yeah.
expect. Like there's a McDonald's, there's a,
Right.
Bro,
like a-
traffic lights.
like an inn. Yeah, but I don't know how it is. I've never been to Europe, but like, is every I guess I don't know. There are like states in the UK, like when you go past
So a state in Europe is equivalent to a country.
a country.
Yeah.
That's true. Like the
Essentially,
EU is
yeah.
kind of like
Because the license plates are the same in EU, and then you have a part on your license plate
Yeah.
that depicts what
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
FR for France, BE for Belgium, etc.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I think, like in India, like when you go between states,
Right.
it's so different.
It's a big
Dude,
difference.
when you go
yeah.
from North Carolina to Georgia, it's like the same.
Okay, that's also
almost the
because
same thing.
there's a big culture difference. Like, there's so many.
Yeah.
There's
So
hundreds of
different.
dialects
Yeah.
in India,
It's-
right?
Yeah.
So many
It's a
different
lot older.
cultures. Yeah. It's an actual big difference.
Bro, but India's historical, bro.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
back thousands of
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
Those
Thousands
borders
of
have
years.
established
Yeah.
themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
The cultural differences have established. They're rooted.
That's true.
The U.S., bro, like
1700
300 years ago,
Yeah.
it was grass,
That's
bro.
fair.
300 years ago, this was literally grass.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually true because I mean India's been around since like 5000 BC. Indus Valley civilization. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
certainly a lot going on in India as well. It's like even in terms of nature and stuff. If you go to like the eastern part of India and stuff, it's like I think the most beautiful state I've definitely visited is I want to say Himachal Pradesh, which is in the northeastern side of India, if my geography is still accurate.
I want to go up north.
Is that near like
'Cause every-
Punjab?
what's north is
Or
nice.
It's still a little.
Oh,
No, Punjab's on the other side, I think.
Northwest is
Oh, northwest.
Northwest.
Oh wait, Punjab is on the east.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
West.
West.
Oh west.
West. Yep.
You said east.
Oh okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Punjab is above Gujarat.
Okay. never mind.
Yeah, so Himachal, that's where you'll start seeing the glimpses of the Himalayas and stuff, the mountains. It's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always see pictures and it's like you think you're in like Switzerland, but
Yeah,
it's like you're in just
Right.
India. It's like
India's
beautiful.
got a bunch of hidden gems for sure. It's
Yeah.
super underrated. but
And you've got
it's
like
also
everything.
so big though. Like
It is.
That's
It's also so populated, I guess. That's what
It's also
throws people off.
Dude, it has 3 times the population and 3 times less the sun.
Correct.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Part of Africa, man.
Huh?
It's tight, man. We miss
Pangea? Yo,
We
Pangea.
miss India, man. And
Yeah,
Africa,
no.
we miss we know we're part of it.
That's crazy.
Y'all have to just dip and move to Asia.
Yeah.
It went
Like, what did we do? Like an awkward fart or something? Maybe you guys just dip. You just said, "Alright, I'm tired of this."
Which African country was it like? On because it went like that.
This is Somalia that's on the horn.
Yeah.
But
Where is-
I don't know what it branched off from though.
Where's Cameroon in Africa?
Cameroon is like
What do you
west.
want?
So,
Why does
you
no,
notice-
that's in
so you know how Africa looks like a Q?
Yeah.
So like right at the corner of the Q, the inner corner. So like it's like the west
from
at the
Cameroon.
angle.
Oh yeah, he's from Cameroon.
So it's the country under Nigeria, but like
Okay.
you wouldn't recognize it from there. But it's like right at that angle,
Yeah.
Abubakar.
right underneath. Yeah,
Oh. Yeah.
that's where
Yeah.
black, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Like, what is so between India and the U.S. I mean, both states have like good or both countries have good and bad. What's the biggest pros and the biggest
Whoa.
like cons?
That's a
To
that's
each
a
one.
heavy
I think
question.
that's very loaded.
That's a heavy question.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, whatever comes to your mind.
Those are the dirty things.
I mean, like, it's a race. Okay, one thing I've heard is like the racism is really bad here. From like people think. That,
No, okay, wait.
Is it as bad as
Listen,
they think?
the thing with India though is people don't realize they're being racist.
Yeah.
So, for example, right, say in the southern states of India,
Yeah.
if someone from the northern part of India moves in,
Yeah.
sometimes people can get harsh against them, and vice versa. It's not just
Yeah,
the southern states. It's like the
Yeah.
other way around as well, right? People don't realize that that's racism.
There's racism in India as well.
I don't even think it's just like colorism. As well.
No, it is. That's the thing too.
And caste system.
But in India, the caste system is the worst.
Yeah.
It's like people will literally. It's
Caste
like,
system is crazy.
they will not like they'll shun you.
Yeah.
No, it's a big thing. Caste, yeah.
Yeah. Is
It's
it
a
like,
big thing.
like, do you think it's worse? Like when, like, I don't know, people think like America is like super racist. Do you think it's worse or better than like when you got here?
No,
Yeah.
it is like
You know what I'm saying?
Indians though, right? 'Cause
No,
it's like-
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Racism.
No,
is
but
not
I will
the-
tell you that sometimes
It's prejudice, not.
yeah, it's prejudice, but sometimes it can also be that someone from the East Asian countries may be visiting you. There are Indians that
Oh.
will make fun of them,
Oh yeah.
right? They won't realize that they're being racist. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's I don't want to say a lack of education, but a lack of awareness, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
like-
It's also
that's
like,
nice.
I don't think they see as many different races.
Right.
Because like
Yeah.
America, like you get used to seeing.
Oh,
so many
yeah,
people,
true.
Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a way of life.
India's
like,
a-
you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
imagine if this country was like only white people and someone comes in. It would be
No.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
But
Yeah, they don't get as many people as well, but at the same time, I feel like, in general, if you're being mean to people, you can catch them.
Okay, yeah,
It's, like,
yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
you have to make fun of someone and they need to get upset for you to
I
check
see.
yourself.
Yeah.
You can still be aware.
There's a-
That you don't have to do shit.
There's like even bigger like socioeconomic disparities.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
you,
like
you
a
could go like it's very like easily like you could
It's a broad-ended spectrum for sure. So
Yeah. But like here, what do you think? Like, do you think it's as bad as you thought, or is it worse?
racism, bro?
No, I mean, it's just, I feel like a lot of
Bring that shit up. So who's more racist, huh?
No, I'm trying to figure it out.
Come to Jews. Who's more racist?
Okay.
So I put in your shit. Maybe
I
me.
generally hope my employer doesn't watch this. Actually, I was on a meeting last week, and he was like, "What?" He's like, "You have a mic." He's like, "What do you have a mic for?" And I was like, "Oh, I do like a little podcast with my friends and stuff." And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to find the podcast." And I was like,
That's
That'd be
so,
I was like, "Yeah, okay."
That'd be good though.
He was like,
Kind of market the brands.
Yeah, no, I just don't want him to see some of the stuff we talked about.
Sure.
Yeah, bro. It's just like a good record of a conversation. It's just
No.
how they usually go.
I mean, it's still a plug. It's
Right.
It's like done.
Right.
Yeah.
'cause we're not like, dude, we're not dead ass like ignorant, bro. But like, it's just like sensitive topics, you know. It's like some things
True.
Like, wanna
Yeah.
avoid talking about.
Sure.
You know,
Like, talking about the states, that was really, really.
I think
like,
I talked to a
I
lot
don't
of
think that racist.
You just turned the steering.
I'm not saying
Just
that.
like yes.
I'm not saying that America.
No, I will say that I've talked to a lot of people like as people we think that a lot of the things we're talking about is like a sensitive
I
topic.
don't think it's that bad.
But like it's usually like, not a sensitive topic. It's like
I genuinely think
it's
it's a
people
universal
don't
issue.
talk about it enough.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes it. It's not sensitive. It's just not talking.
You're
I
not
just
aware
think-
of
I
it.
agree.
So
I
when
think it's
people,
not- I
when it
don't know,
happens,
yeah.
Talking
you
about
might not be like, oh, I'm not racist, but you don't really know what the definition of racism
Correct.
is.
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't
That's
talk
right.
about it.
That's
right?
right.
So-
I think it's a perception. I just want to know because a lot of my cousins in India think like this is like a like
No, even Europe.
you
You're getting
you
even
come
Europe.
you come to America and you're getting like you know,
Bullied, like, it's
bullied
that-
every day, like
again,
Indian, you know, like.
It depends on where you go and what you do, right?
Yes, that's true.
It's super. Me personally, I don't think I've experienced racism. I've been grateful that way.
Yeah.
I guess.
Same.
But and generally, it's like the people that I come across or speak to,
Yeah.
they're super sweet as well.
Yeah.
It's like, but there's obviously been several cases
Yeah.
where people just go, I don't know,
Hate crimes.
But
that's
it's
very
all-
with their 1800s mentality sometimes.
That's also sometimes like just alright, so that kind of depends on whether it's ingrained in you like by maybe friends, family, or like maybe a certain
the way
area that
you're
you grow up.
raised, yeah.
Like
The bubble that
I
you're
would
in.
think, the bubble that you're in. I would think that a secluded area, rural like area, the way that they think would probably be different from like
I
a
agree.
city where
I
there's
agree.
more diversity.
And that also goes back to lack of education
Yeah.
and awareness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. You haven't experienced enough of it to like I guess like you're like it's something new to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Correct.
how do I like handle this or
No,
respond?
correct.
Or
There's
react?
they just haven't had that experience.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
against Indians in general, I think there's this perception or stereotypes, right? Stereotypes. is
Those
one.
definitely
Okay.
exist. Stereotypes are
Stereotypes are definitely a big
100%,
thing.
yeah.
So that's
So
with any culture. At the same
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
also true. Very
Yeah.
true. Very true. So it's like, how do you educate people against, I guess, overcoming some stereotypes? That is the question, and it's not always easy. And it's just. Yeah, it's a deep conversation.
Someone about a stereotype.
Exactly.
They have to live through it. They have to be
Yeah.
proven
True.
wrong, like visually.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they have to
That's
see
a
it.
Right.
That's 100%.
Like someone's gonna be prejudiced because they were raised to be prejudiced.
Yeah.
Like, the
Right.
thing is, like,
Exactly.
you have to live through it, man. It's like European people.
Yeah.
They're the most prejudiced people against Americans, bro.
Yeah.
They have like the most distorted view
That's what
Sure.
I'm
of
saying.
the
there's a
United
different
States of
perception.
America. It makes, bro, my European family has literally no clue. They think
Yeah.
Trump is like the second coming of. Moving on.
The guy from Germany.
Yeah, the painter. But like, it's like, no, absolutely not.
Right,
Like they would not elect
It's
the
media.
painter.
It's media.
It's the media, but they
Even
even
in Europe.
refuse to do the research.
Yeah.
But at the
Only
same
if
time-
they move to the U.S. and experience it,
Right.
and like see what they're actually doing and saying, that
Yeah.
they'll understand. Like you can't just tell them like,
Yeah.
no, we're not like morbidly obese people that
Yeah.
go around saying profanities at everyone. Like,
No, right.
it's-
Shooting everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro. It's like
No, but at the same time, some of these TikTokers don't help either, right? They just show this
Yeah,
random
facts.
video where they go asking people where some random question
What's
about
4 divided
history or-
3?
Yeah, some shit.
What about-
And all they freaking upload is all the fails. They don't
Yeah,
realize that there's
that's
so
so
many
true.
people
Yeah.
that actually answer. They don't do that.
That's
They just
very
want to
true.
look good, and they just want to claim that the U.S. is just.
No,
I don't
I
know,
agree.
sometimes.
I remember seeing like Jimmy Kimmel like a few years ago, and it was
Yeah.
like, can Americans like name a country
And they edit
like
it
where
horrible.
America is
Yeah.
on the map, and like no one knows where America. Like, are you kidding me?
No,
that's
people
not-
know where
so they
America is on
asked
the map.
them,
They just
like,
edit it out.
They pick,
They
like,
edit all the substances off.
Yeah.
Or they ask another question and then edit it to make it seem like it's the
That's
same.
the
thing.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
definitely
like-
what
That's
happened.
so tough.
That's
man.
not. But I also
So-
think what you were saying about the media. I think like when people see the news, like the majority of people are just normal people, but there's like these people on the like extreme right and there's people on the extreme left, and you see those because I feel like the news, like that's what hits.
It's like a
you know?
hundred-
That's
it's
what
a
hits. Yeah,
that's what makes the news.
That's
That's
the
what makes the news
propaganda,
like
bro.
interesting to watch. So if you see these crazy people on the left, crazy people on the right, they're all like, you think, oh, America's like crazy, but the
Right.
80%, like more than 80% of people are just like normal people.
Regular
Bro.
people.
Like when you go to work, it's
Slightly
like normal
one side or
people,
the other, but like
But-
not
and it's
crazy,
pretty
bro.
polite.
But you also don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah,
my
you
personal
don't.
experience wise,
Yeah.
most of the people I encounter are like normal
Yeah.
people.
Hmm.
But like you do see like
There's obviously a
you know people are like, oh, these like
like
blue-haired liberals are ruining the country, and there's like all these like Trump MAGA guys are in the country, but that's like 1% of people, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Like why? But
It's funny, but
yeah, no, I mean that's why I think the news here is like, or people in
Right.
India or like outside the country are like,
Okay, that's
so
I feel that's literally any country though. Any country's like news you watch, it's gonna be the same thing. They're
Actually,
not gonna
yeah, I
they're not
agree.
gonna highlight like a regular.
But you
day,
gotta
like-
realize that the U.S. is probably one of the biggest countries there is, right?
Okay, of course.
So
yeah.
there is,
Yeah.
there is,
it makes them the biggest target too.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
it's like, do you know what's happening in Ghana right now, or
Yeah.
in Vietnam?
Yeah.
No, because
Okay, but that's completely different as well because you're as you mentioned, it is like a big
exactly. So that means you're just in everybody's face all
Yeah.
the damn time,
That's
no
what I
matter what
agree.
corner of the world you're in.
But like as an American, you ask me like, what are they doing in Ghana? I don't know, but I'm just gonna assume they're doing their thing. Right?
Yeah.
No, I see a European guy. What are they doing in the U.S.? Probably shooting a
Probably,
No,
yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Yes,
bro,
exactly.
Because that's all the media shows you, and it's being the biggest, one of the biggest, countries there is.
Yeah.
People will watch and people will take note.
I
Unfortunately,
mean, it's always been like.
Or on the other side, like they're
Right.
burning down cities. That's not happening like every day.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
that should be crazy.
It's Gotham. Every city is
Yeah, they
Gotham.
think it's like Gotham City.
Literally every.
Like,
You're the hero, bro.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And I feel like America is just like people know, like their news is for some people just know it, you know.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's like it's kind of tough, but
I mean,
Yeah.
as humans, you tend to highlight the bad over the good.
True.
that's so true.
It's like
And you tend to register the bad over good
Yeah.
as well, not just highlight. Even in your
it's
brain
more
right now.
impactful. Dude, when I grew up, I used to think like Chicago was like a
oh, terrible.
war-torn
No.
city. It's like so nice.
Growing up, I used to think Chicago was in Michigan, but I don't know what. I was an idiot growing up. Bro, I was dumb, bro.
Actually, even same like when I said like I visited my friend in Chicago, they're like, "Oh, did you guys go to like South Side
Yeah.
block?" I'm like, that's not.
There's
that's
crime. You know, I was telling someone like you can go to outskirts of Charlotte and it's sketch.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's equal, like it's like
No city's perfect. Every city
That's
has its
everywhere.
has its
Exactly.
good and its bad.
So it's
yeah.
like I mean I don't really care because media's been like that. Even like before news channels, they're probably word of mouth.
But, don't go there.
Crazy.
Yeah, don't go to that side.
More prejudice, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah.
lack of different opinions,
Oh,
and
right.
just getting one opinion from someone and
Oh,
not
like
really
hearing
trusting
one-
it will
yeah.
make you.
I feel like now we technically have more diversity if you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, you're
And I feel like it's only going to increase and get better and better that way as well.
Yeah.
Refuse.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like if you just hear something from one side for so long, you just believe it.
Right.
And that's what a lot of the people in like random places they're like, they just like hear one thing and
Yeah.
then they're like,
Yeah.
they're like,
Because it's interesting,
bad
though.
people. Yeah, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
bad people. I'm like, but they don't know better. Or I'm not this kind of racist. I'm just saying like,
Right.
I'm just saying that
You support wow, you
No.
support racism.
I support racism against you. Just you.
So against Indians.
Just
Nah,
you.
cool.
Like,
Okay,
it's
cool.
just take
Okay,
it.
cool. Okay, so I wanted to ask. There's like a segue. This is like a not. It's just a random question. I was just thinking of like, someone asked me like, you know how like people say we're all in our 20s right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Yep,
20.
yep.
He's the oldest, but
I'm
we're
the
all
oldest,
ranged
Graham,
in
yeah.
the 20s. And we probably all have a different perception of this. But people saying like your 20s is
You
kind
always
of like
need
where
more.
you're trying to figure out your path in life,
Yeah.
like what your path,
Oh,
your
it's-
purpose, your objective. Like, do you think you guys have found, or you're on the path to finding that, or do you?
That's a me question.
I feel like I've definitely
That's a
thought
deep
about like where I
question,
want to go. So,
That's-
like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's like I'm deep
I
like
don't
that,
know,
bro.
but
I think
It's like,
Oh,
No, but
man.
it's actually a question because we're all in our 20s, and like it's something that we've all thought about.
Bro, you're 1 year into your 20.
First year to grad studies, where am I gonna be 70 years?
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like we're all on a different path.
Ethical and philosophical.
We're all on our different paths
Look
in
at
our
the
20s.
socioeconomic position of the world right now, man. Look at Ghana, the infrastructure of the economic
This is actually probably the most serious
What is your?
If you flip the personality of the transverse proportionality of everything,
Based
how
on-
do you feel about the projectivity of the telescope in your life so far?
Based-
Where do you see yourself when you're 62?
based on where you are, what do you guys think? Like, cause you're older, I'm younger.
I think I'm like on the right track, but I have like a plan, you know, because I feel like I'm a decently like ambitious person. Like I want to do stuff,
Yeah.
but like I also know that like I might not be able to do it. Like and if you can't, like I have a roadmap.
So do you
wanna
think
do.
you know who you are?
Yeah, I
you
think
know who
I
you
know
are.
who I am, and I think I know what I want. But if it doesn't happen, like I don't have a backup plan. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, maybe I might do this, and I only plan like a year ahead. That's the thing.
A year ahead, I asked you what your plans were for like a few weeks
Well,
ahead.
no.
So I don't have any. You don't think that far ahead?
Okay, I don't.
That's
Okay, Okay, that was a vacation. I'm talking more like career, relationships.
Okay.
I'm trying to laugh.
But like you asked me about a random trip.
That's what
No, it's that one guy in the car. He goes like he hits a laugh. He goes like, bro, I'll find the clip. I'll put it in.
No, but that's like what I think. I like have an idea for next year. I want to be like here maybe.
Okay.
But then once I get there, I'm like, okay, what's the next plan?
Right.
And you're what, 22?
I'm 22. I'm about to be 23. But yeah, and this guy, what do you?
You're the same.
I think I have the same thing. Like I have a plan of where I want to go, but I feel like roadmaps rarely work out because I think there's so many unpredictables in life.
Better to not have.
Okay, no, I don't think it's
No.
But you shouldn't plan too far in the future. You should be like, okay, I wanted.
You should have a linear path.
Yeah, I have like an idea of things I want to do. Like, I don't know, like
they might not work out.
It might
You
not
should
work
be
out.
fine with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But like
the thing.
having goals, I feel like is the
You might not
main
be-
point of that.
Yeah. So
That's I feel like that's a contributing factor to making yourself want to be ambitious to do things because those things might lead you. You might think it's leading you towards that path, but it might lead you to something else.
Yeah.
You know. So
No,
and it might be for the better of the work, but like you're still like your goals are what drive you to do those things that might lead somewhere else.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like
What
we
it
don't
does
have like
is-
a short-term goal for like the next year, like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it just passes by. Like,
Right.
you don't
Right,
have that aim.
Yeah.
Dude, next year you're gonna be in the same position if you don't know
Oh, yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if you have like a short-term goal, you can like figure it out. But
That's true.
I also wouldn't get too stuck to like long-term goals.
Mhm.
But yeah, because like I feel like 4 years ago when I was a freshman in college, they made us do like a 5-year like
Yeah.
roadmap. Like, what are you gonna do this year? What are you gonna do this year? That's like not what
Left to
like.
right.
I am not where I thought. You know, like
It's
it's
never
completely different than
Because,
what
like, I don't know that. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're like 18, like you don't even know.
I remember doing that, and I
You
think
don't know
like
if-
I was like I feel like it turned out pretty.
Like
much
based
what I
on the
wanted to do.
career we were. Like,
Okay, I think that's
I
fine.
based
Yeah.
mine off of like what
Mine
I
was
said.
based off the career. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
based off
yeah,
the
yeah.
career.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of where I'm at, but it's not exactly what I thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think like
No, I agree. There's
Yeah.
definitely differences.
Okay, so on the other end of the spectrum, not like.
It's like Christ.
Bro, start off. He's like, okay, starting from our like early 20s. Let's just move over to like late 20s.
Wait, did you just
Oh,
go?
no.
Yeah.
Mentally impaired. The other side of the
Who said
spectrum.
mentally?
No, he's
I
talking
mean,
about
like,
from the early 20 end
that's
to
age
the late
spectrum.
20 end.
Oh, okay, yeah, skip me.
Yeah.
What about Zenou?
Yeah, why did you skip over?
I bet he's young.
Josh.
I thought everyone's young. Okay,
Wait,
what?
look, you guys have a
We
similar.
really
So how about
are,
you?
right?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not similar, bro.
Okay, not
It's like
similar, but
it's like an effort we ball, dude. An accumulation of successes will not result into a loss in the long run. That's the way that
That's
I think of
facts.
it. I just focus on the
Okay.
short term. If I'm winning, my grades are good right now. I have
Yeah.
money saved up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what I
You
want
don't
to
think
do.
too
I'm looking
far
for
ahead.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
You just keep saying that if I'm winning right now, short term, month by month, if I stay winning, in the long run,
You'll
You'll be
I-
winning.
That's
I'll
such
be
a good
winning.
mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be winning.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's like in trading, you'll see a lot of like good plans. You'll be having losing trades in it, and it applies to life. In a winning life, you could suffer losses in some unprecedented
Yeah, right.
ways.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
have
everybody
to-
just
sure.
wins.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
No,
Well, heck
but
no.
it's not only just winning, but it's focusing on just winning, just trying to win
Yeah.
as much as you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Try
That's-
not to make careless
yeah.
mistakes and just
That's
you know,
ambition, though.
Yeah, because
That's
the
the
unprecedented will
ambition.
happen, right? You'll break your leg. You're
Yeah.
gonna something's gonna happen. You're gonna get hit by a
Yeah.
car. You're gonna lose a lot
That
of
hit
money.
deep
You're gonna
with
make
me,
a
bro.
bad investment. Yes, I tore my ACL, but it's like things will happen. But as long as you keep the mentality of I'm gonna try to win, stay competitive,
Right.
and just let it get to your head when you're losing, because that's gonna drive you to win even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%. Because you can't expect everything to go your way.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
you
of
definitely,
course.
like something will happen every year, every
Yeah.
2 years. Something will happen.
TED Talk.
But
No,
yeah,
that's true.
You're gonna ask a question, bro.
Sorry.
Well, what's your?
I mean, mine's pretty similar. Like I have like a idea of like what, like we have a like idea of like success and like what we want to achieve, and like I'm more like right now I'm in my life where I'm kind of like early on, so I'm like Zenou. I'm like living in the present. I'm just like living day by day. Like I know what I want, but like
Yeah.
it's like I'm not letting it like
Yeah, you don't overthink
not
about
not defining who I am isn't the right word, but like what I want isn't like necessarily like the end game, I guess.
That's
Like
what-
say like I like film and I like want to film something,
Yeah.
right? That's not like I'm not gonna like I don't want to be linear. on
Like that's the
anything.
only thing.
Like
you
if I
can do.
like something, I want to achieve it, but I don't want to be linear with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But like that's because I'm young. Like
Yeah.
you know.
I think you always say that a lot, but you're not. You're young. You're younger than us, but you're not like
What?
crazy much younger
Well,
than us.
20.
But yeah, I get what you're
It's a
saying.
dry
Like, you're
sponge
still,
still, man.
huh?
It's a dry sponge.
I'm saying in terms of like what like opportunities that I have
Yeah.
throughout
Right.
my 20s. Like a lot will change. Like I'm single. Like I'm still in school. Like I don't have a house. Like I don't have property.
Yeah.
Like I could still
I
travel.
am too, bro.
What?
I don't know. I let out a little giggle. But
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
too. I am
No,
too.
I'm just saying.
I
Like,
get what
that's
you're saying.
But
I
the
get what you're
canvas,
saying.
I have a-
it's relatively blank.
blank. Like
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have endless possibility.
I have a
I can do
backbone.
anything.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm also privileged enough. Like my parents
That's
have
so
had a lot
true.
of hardships that I won't have to have.
Yeah.
So like I have a backbone of education. I have a backbone of my parents. So like it's
It's a
really
jumpstart.
privileged. Like that I have that jump
Right.
start. Like I have a fallback.
Yeah.
So it's like
Like
that's
if
why I'm
things
just
really
living the
go
present.
wrong.
Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
as privileged, like I feel like I would have to have that long term ambition. I have an ambition.
Yeah.
I have long term goals,
Yeah.
but like yeah, I'm able to diversify like
I also
so
think,
much.
I also think it's like different for us.
It's
like,
so much different.
in the sense
for
that like
us.
our parents moved here and like you know they did all this.
Right.
and You want to do something with it because like
you know, there's that
they
cool
moved,
like
I feel like my parents definitely would have enjoyed like living at home way
oh
more.
bro,
100%.
And like so I feel like I have to make it.
You know, there's that
like I
quote,
have
it's
to do
like,
like these things.
like this is their first time living as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is their first try
Yeah,
as well. Like
yeah.
they probably
And
like
they sacrifice a lot.
Yeah, they didn't probably have like I'm literally making a podcast in my 20s, like
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's people like just trying to like provide for their family. Like,
Yeah.
Our 20s versus their 20s
Oh,
was
it's
very
It's
so
different.
Very
so
different.
100%
That's so
different.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like there's this like pressure, like a little bit like
There is
to do
pressure.
There's
something.
still pressure.
I should make something out of myself.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, that's the thing.
That's the ambition I meant.
Yeah, I should.
But at the same time, if you ask your parents that, they'll be like, "You do you."
No,
You know,
now
the pressure is always going to
especially
be
my dad-
internal.
my dad's like,
Internally,
you do you,
Exactly.
I think it's like he says you do you, but like
Okay,
you
yeah.
want to prove it to
Yeah.
him.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
he's
But the
trying to
pressure is
figure it
always
out.
internal.
It's like you do you, but do it well.
Yeah, that's it. That's a
succeed.
beautiful quote, right?
Yeah.
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 I'll bring it up if you mess up.
But you're like I didn't mean to be like you're older, but I'm just saying.
I mean, it is fair. I think I am the oldest Graham,
Yeah.
so that's
And
absolutely
you
fair.
like are
But
in a
you're
different
also-
country
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like me moving to a different country definitely helped me mature in a lot of ways that I wouldn't have if I was back home, right?
Yeah.
When I was back home, again, as you all mentioned, with your parents and stuff,
Yeah.
it would have been one of those comfort zones where you know everyone's behind you, you know what's happening around you.
Yeah.
Moving to a new country and the uncertainty is what I guess
Yeah.
makes you a bigger and a better person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not to say that I am a bigger or a better person, but if I look back, 6 years ago versus where I'm at now, it's definitely nice.
Totally different. Yeah.
So
in a
it's-
better way.
In a better way. In a better way.
And it's
And in my mind, it's like exactly how you guys mentioned, right? I am a super ambitious person. It's like I keep telling my boss this as well, and I'm not going to stop till I get to where she is at, and I'm still not going to stop even after I get to where she's at, and she's at an executive level.
I see. That's my thing. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I never am satisfied. Like
No,
I'll hit something
and
and
that's a
I'll be
good
like,
thing.
I need to do the next.
I think that's a good thing for the most part. If you know how to control it, if you know how to control it, and if you know what you're not satisfied against,
Yeah.
if you recognize it, that's
It's
a
like
good
a good
thing.
and a bad thing.
The way I look
I
at
feel
it.
like
That's a
Why
human
would-
trait,
It
bro.
can
Strength.
be
Yeah, that's true.
It can
Right.
be a bad thing. Like
No, right. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to control what I can control. Every morning, all I know is I can put my best foot forward. And trust me, I have my days off as well where I'm like,
Yeah, I know you.
what am I doing here? I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, I just feel down. I just feel,
Like you just want to go back.
yeah, go back to bed, do nothing.
Yeah.
I have those days as well, not to mention all sunshine and rainbows.
Oh,
you know?
I
but
He didn't mean back to bed, bro. He did not mean
Yeah, I
back
feel
to
like
bed.
maybe early on you were like, did I make the right decision?
Yo,
Honestly,
chill,
don't
bro.
go back.
I was just back to bed. Back up your bag.
No, honestly, that is the one thing I'll tell you. I've never had that thought of saying, you know what, I'm in the US, I want to go back home. I've never had that thought.
Not once.
Yeah.
Not once in my life.
But wait, have
Not
you-
once in my past.
I definitely would have had that.
what about
Yeah,
what
it's
about-
definitely.
Like,
No, that's not working out.
Right.
Hey,
It's not
dude,
necessarily-
And trust
stop
me,
putting in.
And trust me, there were a lot of things that didn't work out my way even when I was here, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
was it like you didn't want to go back home, but did you want your parents to be like? Is it like you wanted to go back to your parents ever? Because like you were independent.
I love my parents, right? I absolutely love my parents, but at the same time, I was like, I see my growth over here.
Yeah.
And I keep telling my parents this as well. Nothing against them. And there was a period right after COVID and stuff. I saw my parents last year when I got them here. I surprised them with my tickets. They visited me and stuff.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. But before that, I hadn't seen them for a good 4 years or so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta be emotional, bro.
So, and I was okay with that fact, honestly speaking. Well, at least he can do this. I'm like, Ankith.
I can't. I can.
Bro, that's
I didn't mean it
that's
like that. I just wanted to
Guys,
say
you know what's so bad? No hesitation. You're like, okay.
Yeah, no, I was like, we're in the middle of a podcast. I don't want to like speak it.
I appreciate it.
How did that feel?
Yeah, we're not happy.
Not seeing my parents for 4
I would
years.
have cried like a bitch.
Whoa.
I
I
No,
parents
I think
in 4
no,
years,
definitely.
surprising them with tickets over, bro. That's,
Dude, yeah.
bro. I'm sorry. That's
That
like,
to me
a
was-
mom I made it type like.
That to me was growth as well, right? Me being in a position to buy 2 tickets all the way from India to just for my parents without them knowing, and then just sending them an email saying, "Hey, check this, make sure all the information is correct." That to me was a moment of growth as well.
Yeah, that's a big milestone.
So and
it's one of those non-celebratory milestones.
Correct.
Something that's like,
Correct.
important.
it's like okay.
I have a question. Do you have any friends back in India who are like, I should have, like, they're like your age and like, I should have come here, or they're like, I shouldn't be here?
Should've done first.
Shouldn't have done it.
There's hella of them.
Shouldn't
Like
have
people
put
here
her-
who are like, I should just be back in India right now. You know what I'm saying?
There's quite a few, and I think a couple of them went back home as well. Because the pressure of being in a new country without your loved ones is definitely not a whole lot of people can handle.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I-
recognize that, and they're like,
yeah.
I honestly,
everyone's
like,
different.
if for me, I think I would
Right.
like to do it. It's
Right.
crazy, but I respect that.
Right. No, I appreciate that.
But yeah. I mean,
Oh, bro, really? I'm playing.
No, he looked over at it and he was like, and he
Contemplating it for a second.
if you do one day,
One day.
They don't have no, but also like I will say I don't, not in a bad way, but like there is a difference between you saying you don't want to, you would want to come back, but I don't think this is the reason. But like where would you? It depends on where you're going. If you go to a third world country, you'd probably think that.
That's true. Actually, that's true because there's a trend of
Honestly, though, I'll tell you, third world, first world, it really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just
don't
saying-
get me wrong.
No. I mean, there's like
Yeah.
a trend of like people from India after they graduate doing their masters here.
Yeah,
So
there is.
like,
But that's also
Like,
because,
it's not the same.
as I said, with the US, they've got one of the better educational programs, one of the biggest countries, great opportunities and things like this. That's why people fly in.
yeah.
But there's also now, if you look at the stats now versus 6 or 7 years ago, people are also looking at the likes of Canada or Australia
Yeah.
or some of them
Europe,
Europe and New Zealand and things like those,
Yeah.
right?
Nigeria, bro.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to Nigeria as well. And people are changing. The thought process is changing, right?
Yeah.
It's not that the US is the only country now with all the different
Yeah.
opportunities and options and everything. But no matter what country you decide to go to, leaving your home country is never easy,
It's never easy. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It can be anyone, can be from, as you mentioned, going from the first world to a third world country.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be the same feelings. People are emotional. That's
Yeah.
human nature in general.
Yeah.
With me,
I think it's more of the unknown is why.
exactly.
Yeah.
The uncertainty,
Yeah.
as I said, right? But with me, it's like I was always the mindset that if I wanted to grow, and my undergrad was not a good time for me in general.
Okay.
It's like I suffered quite a bit in my undergrad, right? So which is why I knew that I wanted a different start from like away from all the people that I knew. This to me provided just that. I flew in to start like a new life in general.
Was your grad experience better than your undergrad?
Oh, 100%.
So we were, bro, I'm telling you, I was there. So like
You weren't even there the first year.
Wasn't he there more than you?
Yeah, Ritik.
I was your roommate, bro.
that year wasn't
my
good.
first
I'm
year.
telling you, you didn't like that year, bro.
We swap it.
We set the foundation for Hrishi,
We
bro.
did,
What do you
yeah.
No,
It's like I think I got my in because of Ritik.
Foundation, bro.
I feel like you guys
That's a
took him in.
wicked
You guys like took him in.
But like we got along really well though. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, he was also like super like versatile. Like
Yeah.
it's not like when there's that person that's always talking and then like it's like, oh, I don't want to go outside because I'm gonna be stuck with this person for an hour in a conversation. Before it was like you could have a conversation and it'd be fun, and you could have any conversation and it was still interactive.
You were diverse. Yeah.
You were very diverse, and it was like we got along like very well. And whenever we all wanted to just chill, we could chill together. We could do stuff together. There was like no worry, and there was no that division that you're like you're a grad student that came in from, because for us it was our freshman year of undergrad, and you were a grad student. But like it never felt like that, and it never felt like you were from like India as well. Like because I feel like
Why is it?
I mean. It's not. But
By the way, to all the viewers, this is my dog Otto. You can say hello. He loves you guys.
There's a cultural difference as well, because you were from South India, and like we said, like there's cultural differences in South India and then other areas of India as well. So we even though like we had those like differences, like it was still like we had our fun, and like we still got like along like very well in terms of like as roommates, as friends. Like it was never just like, oh, we're roommates. There's nothing.
Right.
It was like we're roommates, but we're friends as well.
Yeah.
And I think that like that was like what? Like that was almost 6 years ago.
Dude, roommates
I'm
without
freaking
being friends
fun,
is
yeah.
the most like it's the
That was
cringiest, like,
five
most
years. Yeah.
awkward
What is
experience.
that?
To have a roommate without being the friend.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
And
most
there's
awkward.
as well.
Bro, but that's so awkward. Like, just be their friend. You live with them.
No,
How
no,
difficult is it to like not like?
No, it can be really different.
Your personality.
I remember when we first actually lived together. Rishi was like, dude, I'm so glad I have you guys as roommates, because his roommate situation before us, it was really bad.
It was hell.
So, I didn't know you
I had different roommates. So my first year, I think I moved in December 2017
Okay.
to the US. Room with a bunch of people that I knew nothing of. Right, it was just because typically people come in during the spring semesters, the month of August or so.
Yeah.
But I came in during the fall semester.
Oh, okay.
So, the other way around, I think.
You came in during the spring.
I came in for the spring semester, rather. Sorry.
Yeah.
A bunch of people that I didn't know.
Random.
To me, cleanliness is one of the biggest things. Communication is the second
100%,
biggest thing, right? And with that previous experience, it was just living hell. It's like if you went into the kitchen, you couldn't differentiate a kitchen from like a freaking
Mess hall.
washroom or a mess hall or something. Honestly,
Okay, if I rephrase, it's like if your roommate's not ignorant. Because obviously there's going to be ignorant roommates, there's going to be closed off people, there's going to be idiots, there's going to be people that just don't respect you for
Right.
There's going to be people that are not going to be willing to sit down and have a
Okay,
conversation.
yeah, those are the people.
That's difficult. But if you're one of those people and you just cannot find a reasoning enough to just have a conversation with your roommate and just talk things out, like you're a child. I'm sorry.
that's the thing though. Conversation is a two-way street. It's not just
It's a
one-way
two-way street. Obviously, if you're just if you're gonna be someone's roommate and you guys aren't friends yet, just make the step. If they don't make the step,
make the effort.
Just make the effort, bro. Just make the effort. It's really not hard.
But
and
no,
if you fail,
I agree.
then it's tough.
I fully agree, but that doesn't always work out either. And trust me, because I made so many different efforts. Because as I said, I was in a freaking new country for the first time ever.
You literally have to.
But a lot of people will wait for you to make the step.
Yeah, and I
Because
did.
they're comfortable in their lives and they won't be willing to make any steps as long as you don't make your step. So just make that step.
No,
You know,
correct. Even if you do, sometimes it doesn't work out as was with my experience,
Yeah.
right? But then about 3 or 4 months later, I saw this random ass Facebook post from a random dude that I knew nothing about, the name that I've I guess never heard or something. I reached out to him. Swapnil,
Wow.
Sobu.
That's crazy.
That man ghosted me, for the record, the first time around. So I had to follow up like a couple of times and say, yo.
So you were begging him. Whoa.
I was
was on his hand.
more like I was shooting my shot, only the second round, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But no, and then he finally responded saying, yo, yeah, we're still looking and things like those. And then I think I had a few contacts, and then we finally landed on an apartment after I spoke to like a bunch of landlords and things like those, I guess. And then that's when the first time I met Ritik was the first day that I actually moved into the place.
Yeah.
Because
And that was after school
that
started.
was after school
That was
started.
after school started.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we clicked. I think, and it wasn't just with Ritik. I remember the very first day is when his parents came to visit him for the first time as well.
Yeah.
In the apartment, we all just clicked, and even now I feel like I'm a part of their family. They're a part of mine. It's like we like go in. I get invites randomly, and it's like every now and then he's like, just come on over, stay the night.
Yeah.
Make some food. Things like those. So sometimes it just clicks,
That's nice. You have like
many
a
times it
family here
doesn't.
too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like very.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good to have. Like,
So
Yeah, I feel like bad roommates is so hard to deal with. Like,
It's
sometimes
so
because the
hard.
thing is like, even if I don't mind the roommates who like or people if you tell them like 1 or 2 times,
right.
they're like I messed up. I'll
It's like,
change."
oh my bad.
I'll change.
If you take accountability or make it.
Yeah, you take
it.
accountability. But there's some people you tell them this is
It just brush it off as like.
and I don't know how you get that like attitude that like this is a shared space,
Right.
and I'm allowed to own this.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like this is not just your space. So
Right.
I don't get how.
So you get the tape out. You just cut the lid.
Yeah, I'm like this is your space.
This is your side. My
That's
side.
crazy.
You could also
So there
over
are quadrants. This is you. You got sector 1. This is me. 2, 3, 4.
You just have to like but it just kind of like blows my mind. So
that's like
some
another
people are
privilege
just
I've
like-
had. I've not had a bad like experience.
Yeah,
Like
bad
that.
roommate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your roommate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't had that experience.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I was his roommate for a bit of
Yash. Yeah,
like,
me. Yeah.
years or so. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I had good roommates
Yeah, you had a great
throughout
roommate that one time.
most of my college career. But I feel like some people have bad experiences with roommates. Like I was like one of the like few people friends I know who like they got along with all the roommates.
Right.
But there's like a lot of people who are like
Yeah.
I don't like my roommate
There's a guy on my
because.
campus that got stabbed by his roommate.
Oh yeah, wait,
what?
is that in Purdue?
Yeah, Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah. It was down the street.
Was it the Indian? guy?
Oh wait,
Some Indian
yeah.
guy, the Indian
Yeah.
guy got stabbed by this Chinese roommate.
Yeah.
I remember
No,
that.
it was like he was Asian.
He was like
But I'm pretty
Western.
sure he's like ethnically Chinese
Okay.
Okay.
from his last name. I'm pretty
It's
sure.
okay. We won't cancel you. It's okay.
It's okay.
Cancel me, please. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
Asian
ethnically
too.
Chinese.
Yeah.
But you-
that was bad.
The thing with randoms is that you also never know like how they are like
Mentally.
yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
Right.
because what happened with him is that guy, I think I'm pretty sure he was blackmailed into it.
Who?
It was- yeah.
Oh, the Chinese.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
you look into like the links that you don't know what links they have with people. That's the thing, and like how
Right.
they act according to
Yeah.
those links. Like
Yeah.
you could be in danger if you don't really know your roommate.
Even like
Yeah, that's true.
being like, being disrespectful to one person
Yeah.
could like be just like, because I'm pretty sure even at Chapel Hill, the what recently just
Oh,
happened.
the UNC shooter.
Was it like it was like it was a research student and his advisor was a person.
Yeah,
that-
it was not like a random mass shooting. It was like
it was
this
a
guy.
targeted-
The research professor denied him for something that he worked on for like 5 years apparently.
Hmm.
Then this guy came in and
It's
just
crazy, like the
Well,
impact.
you can just do that. Like it's crazy, but like he just disrespect. Like he was not disrespected. He just said like
You-
You just denied him opportunity, man.
Yeah,
It's like-
and-
it's like
Yeah.
really hurting.
you would
It's
never
like-
expect to get killed for that. You know, it's
Yeah,
like-
but
it's
some
crazy.
people like culturally will just like it's like an acceptable thing to do.
But I think that was his like his
I don't
life.
think
was
any
over.
culture-
No,
I don't wanna
there's
say that.
such a thing as heat in the moment thing, and they study it.
Yeah, but it's not like
It's
their
not
culture. It's
accepted.
accepted.
Yeah.
No, but like it's like you can take it to that degree, and it's seen as like it's not okay, but it's seen as like understandable. Like in a lot of Latin communities,
I don't
Latin
disagree
communities
with that, I'm
they're
not gonna lie.
very strict around their significant other or partner, and there's a lot of cases. Like my uncle was literally a lawyer, and he told me about these cases where it's like there's certain things under the heat of the moment where it makes it understandable, even if it's not okay. Like a Latin person that's very
By
close, like,
law?
for example-
Are you saying by law or culture?
No, I don't think.
No, but cultural significance of certain
I see what
things
you're
do matter in terms of cases like this where
Yeah.
something happens. Of course, if it's murder, it's gonna be murder. But like, if something happens where like he gets beaten or like he gets hurt or he gets assaulted,
Oh,
like a lot of
okay.
times it gets alleviated because of the fact that, like for example, in Latin cultures, when you're messing with someone else's significant other,
Yeah.
they like it's very understandable for them to get extremely agitated.
Oh, okay.
Extremely
Yeah,
mad
okay,
about
that
it.
makes sense.
So when you take that to court, they take that into account as like, okay, well, you just messed with a Dominican guy's girlfriend, like
That's
like,
why
it
I see
makes
what you're
sense to him in his culture, like
Yeah.
for that type of stuff to
Okay,
happen.
okay,
Of
okay.
course, we're gonna go at someone else's culture, like where that's not like a normal thing to do. Then it's like, okay, that's definitely out of like
That's
context.
messed up. That's
But
messed
like a
up.
lot of people, you won't
That's what
know
I'm
because of like what their culture is, the way they'll react to certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might react to different things based
Oh,
on
I see
your
what you're
culture.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like roommates and different. Like I don't know, the dynamic might be different,
Yeah.
or the professor-student relationship.
Because disrespect might look different in different cultures.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you're at the end of this, I mean, you're a loyal supporter.
Thank you very much, Lee. Yeah.
The one person to comment.
Yeah.
leave
Leave it in the comment. Leave it in the comment.
What was that? Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, we appreciate all the.
You get a free iPhone 15 Pro.
No.
Yo!
On Ankith's time. On Ankith's time.
On his
On Ankith's time.
That's actually illegal, bro. You can't.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
Can't do
Okay, disclaimer.
Alright, reload the outro.
You will get to pet auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then they're just gonna come.
Reload the outro, bro.
Okay. Thank you for watching the podcast. We really appreciate you listening to us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. What do you guys want to say? Anything?
Leave your opinions.
It's been fun. You'll see a lot of those Grim as well.
Catch us on the next episode.
If you have cool okay.
Okay, bye!
Alright, peace.